What to do if you need cash fast. Unexpected expenses can pop up at any time. And while it's never a good time for an unexpected expense to show up, it always seems to come at the worst time, such as when money is needed elsewhere, perhaps for Christmas shopping, a wedding, or other event. Here at 5 Bags of Gold, we have talked often about the importance of having an emergency fund so as to have extra cash available when needed. Hopefully, you have taken the time to put a budget in place and to include regular contributions to an emergency fund savings account. If not, we encourage you to make budgeting and financial planning a priority. We have a line of budget planners that can help you with this. You'll find the link in the description. When you need cash fast, hopefully you will have sufficient funds available to handle the need, such as from an emergency fund or even a savings account where you're building a vacation fund. But if you don't, here are a few things to keep in mind. If you have an emergency fund, now's the time to access it. But remember, once this crisis is over, get right back to building that emergency fund back up again. It is an excellent financial safety net for your family. If you have a Roth IRA, you can always withdraw money from it. This is a low-cost source for money. The money you withdraw is tax-free and penalty-free if it does not exceed your contributions to the fund. Be aware that if you remove all of your contributions, the remaining amount, which is earnings, is taxable. If you have a 401k, you can take out a loan, borrowing money from it. The interest rate is typically low, and you might have up to 5 years to repay the loan. The economic stimulus package enacted in March of 2020 doubles the amount you can borrow from your 401k, from $50,000 to $100,000, or up to 100% of the vested balance if less. This option is available if you have been diagnosed with COVID-19 or have suffered adverse financial consequences caused by the pandemic. If you have a health savings account, an HSA, money can be used from the account for certain medical and dental work. Should you lose your job, you can take money from your health savings account to pay premiums under COBRA. COBRA, the Consolidated Omnibus Budget Reconciliation Act, helps workers who have lost their health insurance by giving them the right to continue getting group health benefits provided by their group health insurance plan for a limited period of time, possibly up to 36 months. Certain circumstances must be met, such as a loss of employment, a reduction in the number of working hours, a transition time between jobs, divorce and other life events. COBRA is a federal law that requires certain employers to offer continued health insurance. Typically, a worker who has lost his or her job can collect unemployment, and money from the HSA can be used to pay COBRA premiums. If you have a life insurance policy, it might have a cash value. If you withdraw cash from your policy, there is no income tax on that money, as long as the money you take out does not exceed the amount you have paid in. Check with your policy's provider. You might be able to borrow against the policy and pay interest. Of course, if you don't pay the loan back, in part or in full, the balance will be deducted from the policy's death benefit upon your death. It's a bad idea to borrow money from your credit cards. Unless you are sure you will be able to pay that money back in a timely manner, this should be a last resort. Interest rates on credit card loans can be high and you may find yourself in a never-ending debt cycle. Again, we highly recommend you create and build an emergency fund for use when you need cash fast. This is the best option and the money is available as soon as the bank opens.